Wildcard, the creators of our beloved dinosaur game Ark Survival Evolved and Ascendant, have made some pretty questionable choices lately, and trust me, the community is definitely not happy about it. Stick around because we're going to uncover some shocking details you won't even believe. In this video, I'll be sharing some of the most controversial decisions Wildcard has ever made. Let's start with Ascendant. Now, you would think this was a major update, or it's going to be a major update to Ark Survival Evolved and something different, right? Completely wrong. Instead of just updating the old game and improving the graphics, Wildcard decided to charge an extra 40 quid for what is essentially the same game on a newer Unreal Engine with a bit of polish here and there. This could have easily been a version update on Evolved, but no, they wanted more of our money, and it just seems like a cash grab, especially when they have the same maps, the same functionality, and pretty much the same techniques to taming and everything like that. And if that wasn't enough, they dangled in a discount for Ark 2 if you purchase Ascended, which is just giving you more initiative and forcing the user to buy Ascended. And Ark 2, speaking about that, we don't even know how many times it's been delayed, and we don't even know when or if it's ever coming out. Now, I played Ascended a fair share of times, and sure, the graphics are definitely better, but let's be real, after the first week you stop hearing about the shiny visuals, and what matters is the performance. Really, in reality and long term, is the performance, and the game is just horribly optimized. It's been months since the release, and I've got a top tier gaming rig, by the way, with a 4070 GPU. It is mid-range, but it is still very good, and I can barely hit 90 FPS on a medium settings. Imagine how frustrating it is for players with less powerful rig. But wait, there's even more to this. With the release of Scorched Earth map, Wildcard introduced two new dinos. One of them, the Philosophuchus, is a nightmare to tame and totally not worth it. If you're not familiar, you have to go around, you have to bump into rocks while being ridden on the dino in the wild. Once you hit the rocks, the dino will start to gain torpor, and after you've hit enough rocks, it'll go knocked down and you gotta tame it. This process takes around 50 to 70 rocks, and the rocks are sometimes very hard to find on the map, and I just feel like it's a bit too much for the creature it really is. After it's tamed, its abilities are pretty much mediocre to say the least. It can gather flint, but Anki can do it better with collecting metal, and also it takes less time and less effort taming. It has good HP for its size, but why not use a Rex at that point? It's easy to tame and does more damage. Only positive thing about this creature is that it can go underground, and maybe that's good for PvP. I don't play PvP, so I'm not gonna fully enforce that. The second dino that they released was Osasaur. It is a massive creature, even bigger than the Titanosaur. You can build a base on it, fly around with it, and it can even revive your dead dinos every 24 hours. Sounds amazing and broken, right? Well, it is, and here is the catch. It's actually locked behind a $22 paywall. That's right, $20 for a single dino in a DLC called Bob's Tall Tales. I'm all for DLCs if they're purely cosmetic, but this changes the game's dynamics and screams just pay to win. And it doesn't even stop there. With the recent release of the center map, Wildcard, something similar, they announced another paywall dino just moments before launch, and no one even saw this coming. This dino is just as strong as the Shadow Mane, which hasn't even been released in Ascended yet. This one is cheaper compared to the previous one at $5, but it's still just a blatant cash grab. Adding powerful creatures behind paywalls just isn't fair to those that actually paid the full price for the whole game. At the start of the game, they did promise that there wasn't gonna be any extra additional payments that you've gotta do. It's worse that they have a dino on the map in the wild walking around in every single player's survivor map, and they know for sure that they can't tame it because they don't have the DLC. These decisions are very disappointing, and DLC should be cosmetics instead of giving them an unfair advantage or changing the experience of the game. When you see other players with these paywall dinos, it just takes away from the experience, and especially if you haven't bought the DLC yourself, it's just disappointing from Wildcard. So to conclude, what do you think about this Wildcard's recent moves? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this one and you're feeling a bit adventurous, then watch this video on the screen. It's a banger, I promise. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.